All right, let's do hello everyone. Let's do our regular speaking practice. And this is class IELTS 43. And Miss Yoon and Miss Trúc is here. So let's start our speaking practice now with a few topics of part one. So we haven't done six something. Let me see. I added a few more topics as you can see here. So let's start from. Did we do 156 already? No, we haven't, right?
Yes.
I don't think we have. Anyway, never mind. So let's do 152 about machine. Machine. So, Miss Yu, what is your favorite machine in the home? Any kind of machine, like a washing machine, an electric oven, or maybe a microwave oven, a laptop, or any machine, what's your favorite machine in your
Okay.
home? Machine.
Okay. Yeah. In my home, there are a lot of machines that help my house a lot. And for example, it helped me to do the it helped me to save the time so that I can spend more time with my families, and I am grateful with those machines a lot. But if
I'm
I have
grateful
to
to those machines.
I'm grateful to those machines a lot. But if I have to
Cái chữ
choose one
grateful
of
nó là tính từ cho nên là có thể dùng very ở đó. I'm
I'm
for very
this
grateful
much
for those
these
machines.
those machines a lot. But if I have to choose which is what is the most favorite one, I would say it is the dishwashing machine.
Of course, it's a dishwashing machine. It's called
Yeah.
dishwasher. It's called dishwasher.
It's a dishwasher. The reason
Đó
behind
là
is
máy
because
rửa chén chứ không phải là máy giặt đĩa. You know?
yeah.
Dishwashing machine là máy giặt đĩa. It's so different,
It is the dishwasher. This is because washing the dish is one of the
Washing
boring
dishes.
tasks.
Washing dishes is
Washing dishes
right.
is one of the boring tasks ever. And you have to do it after your meal when you just want to relax. Otherwise, with the ugly pile of dishes in the sink, it will make
Dirty and ugly as well.
dirty.
Very dirty
Yes,
and ugly.
very dirty. The very dirty pile of dishes in the sink. It would make it would make us more frustrated after the meal. But with the dishwashers, we can just put all the dishes into the machine and press one button. It will do all the rest, and I feel very happy to not doing those boring things and spend quality time
It's
with my
called a
family.
chore, It's a chore. You remember the word, right? Chore.
Chore.
A chore, it's basically something that you have to do regularly, even though it's never pleasant. It's not pleasant.
The chore or
Yeah,
the mundane things.
yes, it's a mundane task.
Yeah,
Mundane
mundane.
task, những tác vụ mà nhàm chán tẻ nhạt cứ phải làm hoài đi làm lại làm đi làm lại.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, very good, Miss Yoon. So,
Yeah.
how about you, Miss Trúc? What's your favorite machine in your home, and why?
I think that the air conditioner is my favorite household appliance.
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 Appliances.
Household appliance.
Household Appliances.
Household appliances, especially on hot days, because it helps me keep the indoor temperatures cool and comfortable, uh, making it much easier to relax, work, or even sleep. I think that without it, the heat can become overwhelming. So I really appreciate how it can cool down a room quickly and create a fresh environment.
It's quite fresh because air conditioner also filter the air in your room, I think. Nó cũng có bộ lọc mà. It also filter the air in your room. So I think right now an air conditioner is an essential, basically an essential, một thứ thiết yếu rồi. Because right now I think the temperature is higher than in the past. Like when I was younger, the temperature was not too hot. I remember. Okay, it was hot. We were using like ventilator. We were using ventilators, quạt máy. We were using ventilators a lot, but it wasn't too hot like right now. I can feel it. Oh my God, now it's terrible. So I think an aircon is essential. So, Ms. Young, do you read the instructions before using a machine? Instruction is basically user manual. User manual. Hướng dẫn sử dụng.
Yeah. Actually, when I buy new machine, it always comes with the manual as the standard. And it's like the book with a lot of pages, back and front. And to be honest, I don't usually read all the instruction from that booklet.
It's a booklet because they're only like, I can say, maximum 50 pages, I think, or maybe a bit more.
Yeah.
It's a small book, yes, booklet.
Yes, small. Yeah. It's a big series, but I have to be honest. But I have to say that I usually just kind of figure out how to use the machine by myself. And sometimes it come up with several minor issues like how to work with this. But
several issues, yeah.
Yeah, several issues is, but that will be the moment I will open the instructions.
Yeah. Have you ever, okay, that's not a very good habit, but a lot of people have, that habit. And me too. I mean, I rarely look at instruction, but when it comes to something very expensive, like for example, a dishwasher, I would read it, because I don't want to break that machine. It's so expensive. Oh my God. So,
Okay.
Mr. Do you think washing machines and sweeping machine, you know what sweeping machine is?
Sweeping
Máy
machine.
quét nhà.
Let me just see. Sweeping machine. Máy gì mà máy để quét nhỉ? Quét nhà. Sweeping machine is this one. Street sweeper, I think. The machine that cleans streets. A street sweeper clearing dirt and debris. Or debris. Okay, on the street. Nó giống như là máy quét nhà, máy quét đường. Sweeping machines like the tool that you use for sweeping the street of leaves and dirt and dust and debris or whatever. I don't think we have these things a lot in Vietnam. Because
I think that is necessary for big places such as mall or something like that, because we usually brooms
broom.
in our house. Yes.
Oh well, I no longer use broom. I just use what's it called? The vacuum cleaner. Because I mean, broom just move the dust around, and I don't like it because when it moves the dust around, the dust just basically blows around. The dust just blows around, and it's settled. down on furnitures,
Mhm.
on pieces of furniture, you know. So that's what I don't like, because broom just basically blow the dust around. It doesn't clean, you know. And it's bad because the dust are in the air right now, and you breathe it in, you know, when basically the dust is airborne now. Airborne. And you can breathe it. You can breathe in. You can breathe in. It's very bad. So that's why I don't use broom anymore, you know. So what do you think? Do you think washing machines and sweeping machines are important?
I think that nowadays, washing machines seems more important than ever because it saves time for people. If talking about the past, when people had to wash their clothes by hand, it took a lot of time. And but thanks to washing machines, mm, current people uh, don't have to waste their time for these household chores, and they can do other things. So, in my opinions, I appreciate the value of washing machines.
The value.
Yes.
Right. So what
Um.
do you think? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, what else then?
In terms of sweeping machines, to be honest, it's not familiar to me because in my house I usually use rooms as a clean tool
Broom and basically it's broom and mop.
and
Mop is basically cây lau nhà. And buckets, of course. Okay, so cái kỳ hút rác là gì ta? I don't remember what it is called though. Broom and dustpan. Broom and
this
dustpan.
yes.
Broom and dustpan. Cái tiếng Việt gọi là gì ta? I don't
Kỳ
remember
hút rác.
what this one is, but this is a dustpan, yes.
Dustpan. Dustpan. Pan.
Cái đồ hút rác á, cái đồ hút cái đồ hút rác á, là hút bụi.
Dust là bụi, còn pan là cái
Cái chảo, chảo để hút bụi, chảo để mà nó hút bụi vô á. Anyway, chứ dustpan, you know what it is now. Thực sự cái tiếng Việt có nhiều cái
cái
đồ không
đồ
biết nó
hút
gọi là
rác.
gì luôn á. Okay, so basically that's it. Miss Young, what kind of machines do you own beside? Okay, you talk about washing machines, you talk about dishwasher, anything else? And other use?
Okay. Yeah, there are many machines in my house, and I am a kind of a technical person. So I always prefer to buy more machines to help me doing the houseworks. So there are like the dishwashers, as I mentioned before, and also there are in my house there are other popular machines like other Vietnamese families, like the washing machines and the vacuum cleaner, and also the vacuum robot.
Oh, it's called
We,
I think cleaning robot, I think.
cleaning and also the cleaning robot. Yeah,
Yeah, it's called robot vacuums.
Robot
Robot
vacuums.
vacuum or vacuum robots,
Vac
or is it
yeah,
called cleaning robot?
robot vacuum.
I mean, there are several names for them. Of course, they all clean. This is
Cleaning
also a cleaning robot, I think. Or you can call it robot vacuums or
robot vacuum.
robotic vacuum or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Robot vacuum. Yeah. And before buying any machine, which is of cost a lot of money, I always gave a lot of talks on it. So I only buy it when I see it, yeah, when I see it useful. So I can say all the machines in my house are useful, and it helps me a lot to save time. So I can spend quality time for my family instead of
Exactly.
doing the houseworks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't wait because there's something like this. You see, this air cleaning robot. Have you seen it? Oh my God. I can't wait,
Yeah. And and I think in the future I would buy more and more machines to do the housework on behalf of me and my husband.
Oh my God, look at this one. I mean, I'm just waiting because basically this is a cleaning bot by Tesla. It's called Optimus robot, the Optimus robot. And it's a Gen 3. So third generation that can clean the kitchen, that can do all the housework for you.
Yeah.
But not so sure about the price. Let's look at the price. I'm wonder about that. Yeah. Well, it's a $20,000 to $30,000 in the long term. That's like how much is that? 500 million, 500 triệu. And then this one is like 750 750 million Vietnam.
$20,000. No, it's
Yeah.
not for một ngàn đô là 25 với 10.000 đô là 250. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That's 500 million to 750 million Vietnam dong. But if you consider all the thing that goes with it, you're gonna use that for a long time,
Yeah.
And it saved a lot of your time. It saved I'm sure the robot will clean better than you. You can never clean as good as a robot,
We can say it's worth every penny, right?
Yeah, but remember that he has competition as well. So let's say, hopefully, the cleaning robots competition of Elon Musk is gonna drive the price down. Ông có một vài đối thủ cạnh tranh nè. So it will probably drive the price down. Like for example, if it's around 100 million Vietnam dong, yes, I will buy it. 100 triệu đi, ok mua. Yeah, but surely these machines are very useful, So, Mr. What do you do when your machines are broken? Why not?
Because I'm not good at fixing anything. So the first thing I would do is to set it aside, and after that, if I cannot find anyone who can fit it for me, I will bring it to a professional
Like a
store.
technician?
Authority, right? Authority center.
It's called a repair center.
Repair center.
A repair center, I think. Trung tâm sửa
Repair
chữa, bảo dưỡng. It's a repair center when they can repair for you.
Yes, because when for minor problems, some online clips that can support or help you thanks to video guides from others. But if it's broken and seems that cannot fit. If it is too old or the repair cost is too high, I think that replace it might be the better option.
replacing it might be a better option, I think, because sometimes when you learn about it, it's called plan obsolescence. Plans obsolescence. Wait a moment, did I write it down? Let me check the word obsolescence. SCENCE. Obsolescence. It's obsolescence, plan obsolescence, sự obsolete, sự lỗi thời đã được tính trước. So basically, like things object will break down within a planned amount of time. It's called planned obsolescence by the companies. They do it like intentionally, or deliberately. Cố ý, cố tình. Một cách cố ý, một cách cố tình. They do it intentionally or they do it deliberately so that the machine will break down and then people will have to buy new, after a while. That's what capitalism is. Capitalism. Chủ nghĩa tư bản. Đó là một cái chiêu trò của chữ tư bản. So after sometimes your machines will break down and then you need to spend more and more money as the machine ages, So basically as the machine ages, more and more money must be spent on repairing it, And of course, the longer you keep it, the more money in general you lose, Giống như là càng để nó tuổi thọ càng lâu á, mình phải càng tốn nhiều tiền để sửa chữa nó và nó sẽ gây cho mình tốn rất nhiều luôn á. So of course it's better to replace it. Do you do the same thing to your machines when your machines are broken, Miss Young? You replace them?
Actually, not all the time. I don't usually replace the machine immediately if they are broken. But firstly, I will check which component in the machine is broken. If it can replace, so I will try to replace from by the repair center first. I usually will compare the price to replace the component with the buying the new machine. If not, it's just a little money, so I will try to repair the machine first, because I believe that not all the components in the machine will be broken at the same time. We still have some, the machine still have some kind of the expiry time. For example, expiry date. Yeah, expiry date.
Expiry date.
Yeah, before being thrown away. For example, for the washing machine, I will try to use it at least 5 years before replace with the new one.
Expire date. It's called expire date. Sorry, expire date.
Expire date.
Expiry date. Expiry date.
Expiry date.
Expiry. Tại vì nó y nhắn R đó.
Expiry date.
Expiry date. Yeah, at least 5 years. So it's like if I buy a smartphone, it should last at least 5 years.
Yeah.
But my Samsung S23 Ultra, basically, I bought it like 2 years ago. But now, part of the screen, it scratches, it cracks. It cracks. Like part of the screen is cracked. So I'm a bit sad about it. Of course, I can go and replace it. but you know, it means that the phone is not as good as I think it is, you know. So, you know, my trust in Samsung is not that great right now, you know. So maybe I should buy something else. Maybe I don't know, in the future. But I don't want to use iPhone. Anyway, let's go to part 2 and part 3 now. So let's try okay, try 141. 141 is describe a time when you met someone whose personality was different from their appearance. Miêu tả một cái lần mà bạn gặp ai đó mà cái tính cách của người đó nó khác biệt với cái ngoại hình của người đó. Like for example, if you look at someone and their appearance looks like a playboy or playgirl, you know, and not someone decent, có vẻ như không phải người nào đàng hoàng, but their personalities is way more different. It's very different from their appearance, for example. You know, they say that these days, the worst people are not the one who looks like a punk, you know. You know, a punk is someone who does not dress like, you know, the rest of the people. A punk is probably someone who defies society. Một cái người mà họ defy society, một cái người mà họ muốn chống phá xã hội, chống phá những cái lề lối cũ xã hội. So the punks are basically people who it's basically someone who defies social norms. Họ chống phá là những cái trật tự bình thường của xã hội, những cái điều bình thường của xã hội. Who defy social norms, like for example, they have like hair, spiky hair like this. Their behaviors are different too. You know, their hair color is different, something like that. However, as I know, a lot of punk are actually not bad people, you know. But the real bad people are the one who wear suit and tie. You know, những cái kẻ xấu thực sự là những cái kẻ mà không phải là những người mà nhìn dị hợm, cái cạch cỡm, mà thực sự là những cái người mà mặc áo com lê và thắt cà vạt đấy. Well, actually, a lot of bad people are like that, you know. You never know. So you should say when and where you met them, how they look like, what their personality is like, how you felt about them. Okay, focus on those things. And then part 3, how does someone's appearance affect how others see them at first? Diện mạo của một người ảnh hưởng cái cách mà những người khác nhìn thấy họ hay nhìn nhận họ lúc đầu tiên như thế nào? Like, you know, first impression. Okay, so basically I was talking about first impression, ấn tượng đầu tiên. You should probably talk about hairstyle, or basically talk about what's it called? Whether jackets or suit, or whether they wear what kind of shirts or t-shirt, you know, áo sơ mi hay là áo t-shirt, whether they wear jeans or what's it called, trousers, những loại quần mà quần ống dài ấy. Quần dài là trousers, quần jeans or trousers, whether they wear, what kind of shoes they wear, sport shoes, sneakers, or they wear boots. No, sorry, boots. Giày boot ấy, mấy cái giày mà. So let's look at boots. These are boots, okay? Nó gọi là giày gì ta? Nó gọi là giày boot hả? Yeah.
Boots, yeah, it's a boots.
Yeah, we know that
They are boots.
they are boots, yeah. Or some people, they just wear sandals, you know. Sandals. sandals, mặc sandal, nó đi dép sandal, or sometimes they just wear, what's it called?
Slippers.
Slippers, yeah, slippers. Dép lê á, slippers. Well, you should talk about those things. It affects the appearance, and also the appearance also include what's it called? Body, the body column. And we need to check the word. How do you pronounce the word column? It's not an English word.
Cologne.
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 Cologne. Cologne. O-N. Cologne. It's a type of perfume that with a pleasant smell used on the skin. Mấy cái dạng mà dầu thơm xịt lên da. It's called body cologne. Cologne. Or perfume, you know. Perfume they wear, dùng động từ to wear nha. To wear a perfume, to wear a body cologne, you know. Like what kind of body cologne they wear or what kind of perfume they wear. Because perfume actually affects the body odor. What's it called? The smell of the body, you know. When you approach someone, if their cologne is too strong, that affects the appearance, okay? Mình không muốn tiếp cận một người mà cái cologne của họ nó quá mạnh chẳng hạn. Ngửi một phát là coi như là muốn hắt xì, muốn ho luôn á. Well, some cologne just too strong. I can say that a lot of people they do that, you know. Now, how does it affect how others see them at first? Đánh giá người khác đánh giá thế nào? Because people often judge and first impressions are important, you know. They say that the first impressions are the last impressions. Những ấn tượng đầu tiên thực sự cũng là ấn tượng cuối cùng thôi. And basically the first date, you know, lần hẹn hò đầu tiên, it can leave a lasting impression. Nó có thể cho được một cái ấn tượng mà kéo dài ở người khác về bạn. So talk about that now. So why is a person's personality often more important than their appearance? Tại sao tính cách một người thường quan trọng hơn diện mạo của họ vậy? I'm sure you know the answer. Think about long term, like in a long run, you might not see them as always, how can I say, neat, gọn gàng, neat and shiny, you know. You will not always see them neat and shiny. Không phải lúc nào con người ta cũng xuất hiện là phải gọn gàng và tỏa sáng, sáng bừng, you know. So there are days when they, let's call bad hair day, you know. Sometimes there's a bad hair day when their hair looks terrible, and of course their how can I say, their vibe on that day is also terrible. Với cái ngày mà cái đầu tóc nó bù xù, tóc rối, nó gọi là bad hair day. Và đương nhiên là cái tính cách của họ ngày hôm đó nó cũng sẽ tỏa ra cái năng lượng không được ổn lắm. Bad hair day, you know. So of course, but their personality is something that will last, you know, probably last. Now, why might people judge others by how they look instead of who they are? Tại sao một số người có thể đánh giá người khác bằng cái chuyện ngoại hình người khác nhìn thế nào, thay vì là bản chất họ là ai? Well, talk about being superficial, you know. Nông nổi bề mặt đó. Sống bề mặt, nông nổi, hay là trọng ngoại hình quá. Some people are just very superficial, you know. They like things shiny, they like things to look great and smell great, but their personality, it's terrible. Now, it's just some people, you know. You can give some examples. It also depends on social situation as well. Những bối cảnh xã hội. Social situations or environment, different environment as well, you know. Like for example, if you are in, let's say, a gym, people would judge you a lot if you wear suit and tie in the gym, you know. Or if you do not wear sports shoes in the gym, for example. So the environment matters. Cái môi trường nào, gặp môi trường nào, người ta sẽ đánh giá mình khác nhau nha. And also think about social situations, like for example, is it how can I say, a formal or informal events? Là những sự kiện trịnh trọng hay không trịnh trọng. Of course, people judge a lot, you know. Now, how do appearance and personality influence a person's relationships? Làm thế nào diện mạo và cái tính cách nó ảnh hưởng đến những mối quan hệ của một người vậy? Những mối quan hệ của một người, like a person's relationships. You can talk about relationships such as friendships. Think about friendship, partnerships. Những cái mối quan hệ giữa những cái bạn đồng nghiệp hay là những bạn partner này nọ. Friendship, partnerships, what's it called? Relationship with the customers, or rapport, you know, rapport. Remember the word rapport, right? Rapport. And of course, the relationship, basically, if you don't appear right, people might disrespect you, you know. But of course, your personality is what keep people around. Đương nhiên là cái tính cách nó sẽ là cái mà nó giữ người ta lại với mình. But appearance is also kind of important too, of course. Because like, for example, if your group of friends look like that and you look different, it can be challenging for them, you know, and also for you too. Tự nhiên giờ trong cái nhóm người đi, mình ăn mặc khác lại những người còn lại trong nhóm, nó cũng sượng trân, phải không đâu? Nó cũng awkward. Nó rất là, gọi là nó tạo một cái cảm giác awkward. Cái cảm giác mà nó kỳ cục lắm. Một cảm giác bằng mặt không bằng lòng, you know. Sometimes it's awkward. Now, so you should dig in, like this kind of question. Try to dig deeper. Mình đào sâu cho thêm. Like how people can react to you, like depending on what you wear or your personality. Mình đào sâu vô là con người ta sẽ phản ứng thế nào với cái diện mạo của bạn ngày hôm đó chẳng hạn. Now, how can societal's expectations about appearance affect a person's confidence? Những cái kỳ vọng, expectation, những kỳ vọng của xã hội. Social expectation.
Social or societal?
Societal. Let me check the word societal and social. Synonym is a synonym. Từ đồng nghĩa.
Okay.
Social or societal expectation, synonym.
Okay.
Những kỳ vọng xã hội. Làm thế nào những kỳ vọng xã hội về cái diện mạo nó ảnh hưởng đến cái sự tự tin của một con người? Like think about Vietnamese society in the north. They have quite high expectations about appearance. Okay, like for example, the people in the north, they wear suit and tie a lot, and women, they go to the gym. Boys go to the gym a lot, or they try to look great all the time. You know, thực sự ngoài Bắc Việt Nam là cái chuyện diện mạo, cái bản mặt nó quan trọng cực kỳ luôn á, một cách đáng sợ luôn á. The same had happened to South Korean society. Xã hội Nam Hàn cũng y chang vậy thôi. But when it comes to the south of Vietnam, it's a bit different, of course. People in the south are often more laid back, more relaxed, you know, more chill. Don't use the word chill in IELTS, okay? Not formal. Đừng dùng chữ chill trong IELTS chứ nó không trịnh trọng đâu. Thì đương nhiên người miền Nam sẽ thoải mái hơn nhiều hơn với cái chuyện này. Well, like people always talk about like you can go on the street of the south of Vietnam and see, like, for example, someone who is old and not good looking, wearing very informal clothes, very casual clothes. But then they could be a millionaire, you know. They could be talking about building, constructing new buildings, something like that. While people who work in the office wear suit and tie all the time and they smell great, those people might be owing the bank money, you know. Tôi thường nói về những cái câu chuyện ví dụ như là người đàn ông già và ăn mặc xòe xòa ở miền Nam thực sự có thể là tỷ phú hoặc là triệu phú đấy. Người ta nhiều khi người ta ngồi quán vỉa hè, người ta nói cái chuyện xây tòa nhà này nọ, nhưng mà những người nhìn bóng loáng ngồi làm văn phòng các thứ, nhưng mà thực sự mà nói sang chảnh lắm, nhưng mà lại nợ tiền ngân hàng. you know, so basically some people they live by social expectations about appearance, you know. Một số người họ sống nhờ vào, họ sống và dựa vào cái gọi là kỳ vọng xã hội về cái diện mạo á. So you can also talk about how it affects a person's confidence. Nó ảnh hưởng đến cái tự tin của con người thế nào nữa. Think about their jobs, you know. If you look good, you probably have more confidence to deal with people compared to when you don't look good, of course. Like careers in which you have to sell goods to people, for example. Những cái nghề ví dụ bán hàng cho người khác đi, nếu mình nhìn đẹp đẽ đi thì cái cơ may bán được hàng nó sẽ cao hơn nhiều luôn á. Well, or talk about, like, for example, these days a bit different compared to the past, you know. Like educators, if you do look good, people will come to you, you know. Just like any kind of career that you have to how can I say, to be in contact with people, you know. Bất cứ nghề nào mà liên lạc và phải đụng con người á thì cái diện mạo nó quan trọng. And of course it affects someone's confidence too. That's the reason why I never show my face, you know. I don't show my face anymore sometimes because I don't feel confident enough sometimes, you know. Anyway, you have some time to look at this topic, okay? Thinking time. All right. So Miss Jung, you first, please. Can you describe a time when you met someone whose personality was different from their appearance? Can you?
Okay. I am 36 years old now, and I have been experienced with many environments, from the academic environment to the academic environment, to the working environments, and I met many people with different styles, and but there was one time that I met one person. At first, I was not impressed that he would be a good person until I spent more time with him, and I realized that he was different from what I thought he would be.
Very
And
good.
that,
What I
yeah,
thought he would be. Very good. Rất tốt.
yeah. Okay, he was one of my colleagues.
Colleague. One
A
of my
colleague,
colleagues.
colleagues,
Đúng rồi.
colleagues, yeah.
Colleagues.
He's one of my colleagues, and
Yes.
in the company. But when the first day he showed up at the company, he has the long hair and with the with slippers and with the old t-shirt and the jeans, and I felt that he looks a little bit. I was a little bit scared of him because he looked like a mafia. To be honest,
Like
and
a,
at first,
wow.
yeah, at first I kept a distance from him for I think for 1 month until he joined
Còn
to
30
my
giây.
team.
Còn 30 giây nha.
Yeah, and I realized that he's a nice guy who talk
A nice
who don't talk
person. Đừng dùng chữ
a
guy.
nice yeah a nice
Nice
a
person.
nice person who's also who not so talkative and gentle with everybody, and in fact, he's one of my favorite colleagues now, and I felt that I learned a lot from this situation. I need to take more time to judge a people not only by their
Look.
appearance, yeah,
By their look, but also by
but
their
they look,
personality, right?
yeah.
Okay, very good. Good.
Mhm.
Okay, so Miss Trúc, please, can you describe a time when you met someone? Wait, when you meet someone. Wait, this one has to be met someone. Describe a time when you met someone whose personality was different from their appearance. Can you?
Yes, this situation immediately reminds me of my neighbor. She's a bank employee who often wears a uniform, keeps her hair tied, and always appears very serious when we meet. Yes, this gave me the impressions that it's hard to communicate with her, or she's quite distant during our early encounters. However, one event completely changed my perception of her. One day, a severely injured head is she had a broken leg wandered in her house. So
One day she has a what?
wandered into her house.
Okay.
Yes, and she was willing to treat to give she gives his her a treatment. Its cost was 5 million Việt Nam đồng at that time. She paid and began caring for the cat as a pet. So this act made me truly respect her and feel fortunate to have such a kind and warm neighbor. Yes, and that's the reason why I changed my mind about her.
I see. Okay, good. Now, so Miss Young, how does someone's appearance affect how others see them at first? What do you think?
Mhm. Mm. Okay. Yeah. I think the appearance of the person affects a lot to how others sees them at first. It's because their appearance will be the first impressions of the for the others, like and the first and their appearance, that their appearance will 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 okay, and their appearance would would be built from their hairstyle and how they wear the mm, the tie and suit, or just the casual clothes. And I I think at first, if two people do not have chance to talk to talk
Who doesn't
to
have a chat? Who don't have a chance to
who
talk?
don't have chance to talk to prick the eyes, so the appearance would be the first data they get to judge someone.
Never break the ice by talking about appearance of someone. It's terrible. I think it's a terrible idea to talk about the appearance of someone just to break the ice, I think.
I mean, no, before breaking the ice,
Uh-huh.
before breaking the ice,
I
so the
understand what you mean
appearance
now. I see.
is one of the important data to for someone to judge the others. Yeah. Okay. So I think the appearance is very important for us to make the good impression at first with the others. Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, so Mr. Why is a person's personality often more important than their appearance? What do you think?
Agree that personality often more important than the appearance. In some situations, especially at the first time, they have a meeting. People usually
You're breaking
start
it. You're breaking up. I cannot hear you very well. Can you try that again?
Okay.
Okay, better now, please. Can you
Yes.
try the question again?
Yes. I agree that a person's personality often more important than their appearance for some reasons. First, personalities is not a thing that people can feel at the first time they meet each other. It's a need or a time to get know about
To get to know.
get to know if their personalities are good, such as they are kindness, they are kind, they are honest, or something like that, it makes someone enjoyable to be around. Even if their appearance isn't attractive or remarkable, it's not a problem because they have a strength to attract others thanks to their amazing personality. In contrast, a person who is attractive, but their personalities are not good, they may be rude, dishonest, or selfish, can quickly lose the respect or trust of others. After a long time, they communicate. And I strongly believe that a long-term relationship, such as friendship, love, or work, depends much more on how people behave and treat others than how they look.
Mm. More important than the appearance. Okay, so Miss Young, what do you think? Um, why might people judge others by how they look instead of who they are? So let's focus on the question here. Why? You know the reason why? Yes,
Why?
it's all about why.
Why?
Bây giờ tại sao vậy? Why?
Okay. I think usually, yeah, I agree that usually people judge others by how they look instead of who they are, because uh, because the appearance of one person is the first impressions of someone when they first met. And I think the first impression
It's the last
will yeah, really, the first impression will affect the how they behave
Yes.
with each other for a very long time. Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe until the last impression. And and one more thing, I think because uh, uh, the eyes are also one of the sense of the human, and it cannot be ignored when we
Ignored.
ignore. It could not be ignored when we used to judge something. It's also all can say it can be one of the important item when we used to judge something. And yeah, that's why I think judging by how how people look.
People look. It's a very common strategy of people, you know.
Yeah, yeah, it's a very common
Chỉ là một cái sách lược.
yeah, it's a very common strategy
Strategy.
to
It's strategy.
strategy of human. Yeah.
Or I think it can also be like, let's say we human were born to judge, you know, because judging actually is a skill, a survival skill, you know.
Yeah.
Thực sự là chuyện đánh giá là một trong những kỹ năng mà sống còn của con người trong tự nhiên luôn á. So I think it's a survival skill. So it helps us to survive in nature and in a social like situation. Well, people judge others a lot. It's a part of human nature, you know. Nó là một cái phần của cái bản chất con người luôn rồi, you know. Right. So, Ms. Brooke, how do appearance and personality influence a person's relationships? What do you
It seems that appearance and personality both influence a person's relationship. Many people can come to others for the look, but they stay for the personality. If appearance of someone is brilliant and attractive, they often give a good first impressions for others, especially in social romantic or professional settings. Yes. People may be wrong to someone who look clean, confident, stylish, or well looking because it can because people some because people have a nature that they trust others, and when their first impressions are good, it can help to build a new relationship quickly. However, appearance alone is not enough to build
Alone. O-N.
alone,
Alone.
alone, alone.
O-N. Alone. Appearance alone.
Alone. Appearance alone. Appearance alone is not enough to build.
Enough. It's not enough.
Is not enough to build a strong and long-term relationship. It depends on whether their personalities are suitable for each other or not. And yes, and this become much more important as we get to know each other.
Right.
Yes.
Nó cứ bị đứt ngoài từ.
Yes, I think that
Okay, better now.
quality, a quality relationship.
A quality relationship, very good.
Yes.
Nhưng mối quan hệ chất lượng, quality relationships, yeah, are built on like personality and also mutual respect too. Nó phải có cái sự mutual respect, cái sự tôn trọng chung, tôn trọng lẫn nhau between the two people. But also, mutual respect also include the appearance. You have to respect your friends. You have to appear good in front of them too, so that they will not lose face. Cái chuyện mutual respect, cái chuyện mà tôn trọng lẫn nhau á, nó cũng bao gồm cái chuyện là ăn mặc ra làm sao để cho lúc mà xuất hiện trên xã hội đừng có làm mất mặt nhau. It's also include that too. So yeah, and also I want to show you something. Some people, they appear great and their personality also appear great too, but they are sociopaths or even worse, psychopaths. Psychopaths are the people who will lure you into the trap and they will kill you. Những kẻ gọi là tâm thần, những kẻ bị tâm thần mà nó tìm cách nó dụ người ta vô một cái cạm bẫy nào đó xong nó giết chết người ta luôn. Đó chính là psychopaths. Sociopaths don't do that. They don't kill, but they will make your life feel very bad, very miserable because they manipulate you. They manipulate you. Nó thao túng tâm lý mình. They manipulate you and make you feel very miserable, Nó làm cho mình cảm thấy đúng nghĩa là đáng thương luôn á. And there are a lot of sociopaths who climb up to the top, who climb up their social ladder as well. Có rất là nhiều cái kẻ sociopath đó, nó leo lên được cái nấc thang xã hội, lên những vị trí khá cao nha. Và nó thường xuyên gọi là bully each other, and people, these sociopaths, they bully people. Bắt nạt người khác rất kinh luôn á. Mình thường nắm vị trí rất cao nha. So there are people like that around. You can just look and see, and you will see there's a lot of sociopaths around. Những kẻ rất ác nhưng mà thực sự mà cái appearance, personality của nó nhìn lúc ban đầu thì tuyệt vời lắm, So I just want to remind you that those are the people. Those people exist, very dangerous people. Now, so Ms. Jung, how can societals or social expectations about appearance affect a person's confidence? What do you think?
Right. Person. Yes.
Yes, how do you answer this question?
Yeah.
Let's talk about social expectation of appearance. And then the next part is how it affects someone's confidence. Mình tách nó ra thành hai câu đi, từng câu. Từng phần đi.
But okay.
So like,
Yeah.
let's start with the society often expects something, yeah. Xã hội kỳ vọng điều gì về diện mạo, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Nowadays, I think nowadays there are many social expectations about the appearance of one person.
Expectations.
Expectation. There are many social expectations about appearance of one person in the different situations. For example, in the working environment, especially when you are in the position of the position where you usually communicate with your customer. So the social expectation appearance would be the very formal appearance, like you need to wear neat clothes like the tie and the suit, and to convey the perfect image to the customer. But in another informal situation, when friends in the friendship, or in the group of the friends, I think it would we usually be expected to be consistent, to have the consistent style with the people in the group.
You mean to act? You are expected to act in accordance with the group rules, right? Mình phải hành xử làm sao mà nó đúng với lại cái luật của cái nhóm đó. You are expected to act in accordance with the group rules, you know.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So when you are in the group, in the more informal situation, like you are in the group of the friends or in the club or in the sport club, you are expected to act in accordance with the group rules, and from how you wear, what you wear, or how you or maybe sometimes which kinds of transportation you try, by car or by motorbike. I think it somehow affect the person's confidence. If your appearance can meet those societal
or social.
Social, yeah. If your appearance can meet the social expectations, it will be somehow make you more confident when you are in the group or you do your jobs. And if you are kind of not if you are kind of not immersed with the group, you will somehow you feel less confidence
You will
when
be less confident.
you will be less confident in that group. So I think I think that the person's confidence in a specific group is affected a lot by those kinds of unspoken rules.
Unspoken rules, yeah.
Yeah, unspoken rules.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good. Now okay, this is like 141. I'll fill it in here. 141. Okay, let's try something else now. No, this is too easy. I would choose something. All right, let's try 148. Should not be too difficult. Describe a time when you think that an advice from another person was not good for you. Did we do this one?
No, not yet.
Okay, good. Let's do this one. Miêu tả một thời điểm mà bạn nghĩ rằng một lời khuyên từ người khác nó không có tốt lành gì cho bạn cả. You should say who gave you an advice, what advice they gave, why you think that piece of advice was not good for you, and how you felt about it. And then part 3, what are some common reasons people seek advice from others? Một số lý do thông thường mà con người ta đi tìm kiếm lời khuyên từ người khác là nè. You know, like think about the fact that some topics are out of their reach, you know. Sometimes some topics are out of their reach. Ngoài tầm với của họ. Đúng nghĩa là cái này là nghĩa bóng của nó ngoài tầm với của họ. Một số chủ đề nó ngoài tầm với của họ không biết. They don't know some topics are out of their reach. That's one reason. So that's why they need to seek advice from people who know things, you know. And also, I think one reason people seek advice from others is that because they look for others' opinion in order to have a more objective view of their problem. Họ tìm lời khuyên từ người khác để mà có được cái nhìn nhận mà nó objective, nó khách quan hơn về những vấn đề của họ, đa chiều hơn. You know, to have a more objective view of their problems. And also, some people they look for advice not because of that, to seek, tìm kiếm cái sự mà đồng thuận á, to seek agreement, or nó có một cái từ to seek agreement, or when they are in doubt, you basically need someone to reaffirmation, yeah, reaffirmation or affirmations. Cái sự you know the word affirmative, you know, xác định. Affirmation là cái sự xác định là đúng. Họ tìm kiếm cái sự đồng thuận hoặc là sự xác nhận từ người khác là họ đúng. You know, to seek agreement or affirmation from others. It's not because they want advice, it's because they seek agreement or affirmation from others. Có một số người họ hỏi mình lời khuyên không phải bởi vì họ cần cái lời khuyên đó, mà là bởi vì họ cần là người khác nói cho họ biết là họ đúng, you know. Right. And they get very mad at you when you do not give them the answer they want, you know. Một số người họ sẽ giống như họ điên lên khi mà mình không có cho họ cái lời mà họ muốn nghe, you know. That's the thing. Okay, you can think of other common reasons, Now, but there are sometimes I think people seek advice from others just as a way to approach you. Just a way to approach someone. Một cách tiếp cận người khác đó là hỏi lời khuyên từ người khác. Sometimes it's like that, Now, how can receiving advice from others influence decision making? Làm thế nào chuyện nhận được lời khuyên từ người khác nó ảnh hưởng đến cái sự mà đưa ra quyết định? There's a Vietnamese saying in which they say the more pieces of advice you get, the more unsure you'll become. The more pieces, những cái advice không đếm được nha. The more pieces of advice you've got, the more unsure you become. Chính thầy thì nhiều mà chính thầy mà như ta lắm thầy nhiều ma, it's like that, hỏi cho lắm rồi xong cuối cùng không biết chọn gì vậy. Well, that could be a negative thing about asking for advice from a lot of people, And a lot of the time, people give advices that are not suitable for you or inappropriate or inappropriate advice. Những lời khuyên không phù hợp. Like people don't know your situation, but they just like to give advice, Một số người họ giống như có cái tật đó, hay cứ khoái khuyên người này người kia nên làm này làm kia, mặc dù họ không hề biết cái gì luôn về cái tình cảnh của người đó luôn á.
Context, huh?
A lot of people, I know a lot of people like that,
Yeah.
Terrible.
They just want to talk. They don't want to listen.
They just want to talk. You're right. Okay, so why might some people choose to follow or ignore advice given by others? Tại sao một số người lại chọn theo sau hoặc là họ lảng tránh, họ bỏ qua những lời khuyên từ người khác? Think about the time when you had to listen to advice from your parents. We were all like that. Parents give lots of advice up to the point that we really don't want to listen anymore, don't want to hear. And it's especially challenging because of the generation gap, Nó gọi là cái khoảng cách thế hệ. Remember, there's a generation gap, so things change very quickly. So what your parents' advice, might not be suitable for you anymore, might not apply to you anymore. Like, for example, parents in Vietnam always try to tell their children to just get one job and study for one thing only, But if their children do that now, they probably end up like jobless soon, Because these days, a lot of people, they do 2 or 3 jobs, 2 or 3 different jobs. Ngày xưa nó còn chuyện cha mẹ kêu là tập trung một thứ thôi, một nghề cho chính con hơn 9 nghề, nhưng mà bây giờ mà không làm 2-3 nghề sao sống, không đủ sống. Like so sometimes advice from people can be inappropriate for your situations, or it can be because of different in thinking or the generation gap, So that's why some people, they just ignore advice by others. But sometimes if the advice are good, they will try to follow, The question focus on why, You know, people often listen to advice from celebrities, or how can I say, well-respected figures, well-respected public figures, you know. Con người ta thường nghe lời khuyên từ những người nổi tiếng, hoặc là những cái um, con người của xã hội, tức là những hình tượng xã hội, những con người của quần chúng được nhiều người tôn trọng. So of course, especially like teenagers or young people, you know, they will choose to follow those advice given by others. And a lot of the time it doesn't work. Of course, a lot of the time it doesn't work, you know. Okay, anyway, what role does trust play in accepting advice from others? Cái chuyện mà lòng tin á, nó đóng cái vai trò gì trong cái việc mà chấp nhận lời khuyên từ người khác? Like if I trust you, or if you do trust me, you will accept advice from me more, no? Compared to if you don't like me, you don't trust me, something like that, you know. Like what role does it play? Does it play an essential role or not? Cái chuyện có tin nhau hay không có quan trọng lắm không trong chuyện chấp nhận lời khuyên từ người khác? Đóng vai trò tối quan trọng hay là không quan trọng lắm, you know? And you should explain why, you know. Now, what are the what are the benefits of listening to different viewpoints when making a decision? Lợi ích của chuyện nghe nhiều cái cách nhìn nhận khác nhau khi mà đưa ra một quyết định là gì? Oh, I'm sure you have the answer for this one, but I'll give some clues anyway. Well, people listen to different viewpoints in order to prevent falling into a trap or something. To prevent falling into traps, or what's it called? Or making terrible mistakes they will regret later. Để tránh đừng phạm lỗi, rơi vào cạm bẫy, tránh đừng có phạm phải những cái sai lầm chết người, sai lầm kinh khủng mà họ sẽ hối tiếc sau đó. Well, and what else? Maybe different people's viewpoints can lead you to making better decision, you know. Nhiều khi nghe người khác thì mình sẽ được lợi nhiều hơn chẳng hạn. Making better decisions. Like for example, if you buy something, you would probably ask for advice from experts, you know. Ask for advice from experts. Hỏi lời khuyên từ những chuyên gia nha. Many people often do that. And then, yeah, I'm sure you have the answer for this one. Okay, thinking time. Hey, Miss Trúc, your turn, please. Can you describe a time where you think that an advice from another person was not good for you?
There was a time when I needed to solve an issue involving another department.
An issue.
An issue involving another department. So I sought advice from my manager. However, the outcome was not what I expected. Instead of helping, the suggestions ended up creating more problems. And I had to spend a significant amount of time cleaning up the mess that I created. The reason behind this was that although the words I used were the same as my manager's suggestions, but because the positions of out are different, so the outcomes are different too. As a result, instead of dealing with just one or two people directly, I ended up having to explain myself to a large group and justify my actions.
Ừ.
So this experience taught me an important lesson. Advice should always be evaluated in the context of your own role and circumstance.
Yeah,
First word,
what's that again? And
circumstance. Circumstances.
circumstances, you mean?
Circumstances, yes.
Okay.
Circumstances. And what work for someone else, especially someone in positions, may not always be suitable for you. Yes. Oh, this is a situation that I want to mention here.
Hmm. I see. Okay, Miss Young, your turn, please. Describe a time when you think that an advice from another person was not good for you.
Okay. I would like to describe a time when I have just have just given birth for my first son, and that was the time that I got many mm, many taking cares from other people. One of them is my neighbor who is very old,
Who was very old.
who was uh, who was who was very old, and she's my next door. She's my next door, like next door neighbor. And when she saw that, after giving birth, I did I did go out a lot to feel the fresh air, and I went for the walk at the early morning to do the exercise.
Went for a walk in
Well,
the early morning. Went for a walk. Cẩn thận cái từ đó
went for
kéo dài.
went for went for a walk.
Went for a walk in the early morning.
Went in early morning, and she just jumped to me and asked and gave a piece of advice that I should not go out because I have just given birth.
I have
And
just gave I just gave birth, you know. Đừng phức tạp quá vấn đề nha. Cứ dùng quá khứ đơn đi, nó đừng phức tạp quá.
what did
I just gave birth, you know.
Because I just gave birth, and I think that I thought I think that advice was not correct.
I thought that
I
advice
thought that advice was not correct for my situation, because in this modern life, the mother should not just stay at home after giving birth. And I felt like actually at that time I just ignored those pieces of advice because we are different generations, and I refuse to correct this advice because I know I cannot change her mind.
You could not change her mind.
I know that I could not change her mind. So and I just kept go do what I think what I think
it's correct.
right. It's correct. Yeah, it's correct.
Okay, very good. Now, so, Ms. Trúc, how can receiving advice from others influence decision making? What do you think? Focus on the word how, you know?
In my opinion, advice is strongly influence how people making decisions
Decision.
because yes, because when people seek for, it seems that at that time they feel uncertain and and feels unsafe to make decisions. So they need to find someone that they can rely on to receive advice. And the impact of advice depends on who gives it
Who gave
and
it?
how who
So who
gave it
gave it?
and how matures the decision maker place in the person giving it for them.
Yes.
Like
How much
as
trust?
I
Yeah.
said, as said above, people usually find someone they truly trust and feel that they have enough experience in that
Enough
situation.
experience.
Yes, to give them a right advice. Yes, of course, advice is not always effective, or even just advice that make them feel more confident uh, for their making, for their decision making. Yes, it can is sometimes it's not help avoid mistakes or prevent negative outcomes. But if people find advice, they can choose among several decisions that they can make.
Several decisions that they can make. Yeah.
Yes, and when receiving supportive advice, it can boost their emotions in some situation. They are making the right choice because they are support and appreciated. This boosts confidence and reduce hesitation. Sometimes, so advice can can influence strongly for making decisions. However, on the contrary, too much dependence on advice can lead to a lack of independence. A person's need to trust trust their own decisions when they have no advice from other. So it's important to trust yourself and see other advice as a experience does not come from yourself.
It's just different
It's
viewpoints, yeah, and experience.
yes, it's not always right and suitable for your situation. It's just a thing to see and think about. So if it's wrong or right, it's not truly important because when you give decisions, you have to responsible for your own ones and the one to who you can rely on is yourself. Yes.
I see. Okay, it's a very good answer. Thank you. So, Miss Young, what are some common errors? What are some common reasons people seek advice from others? Yeah.
Okay. Mm, mm. There are many reasons that make people seek advice from
Seek, really like
others.
seek. That make
Seek,
people seek advice from others.
seek advice from others. One of them, I think, mm, which are they feel, one of them is they feel uncertain, when they have to make the decision on something some important thing, and they want to seek a pieces of advice so that they can have the more viewpoints and more more viewpoints so that they can have the helicopter view of
What view?
the helicopter view.
Cái gọi là cái view từ trực thăng ha.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
what does it mean? What does a helicopter view here means?
Yeah, like cái nhìn mà nhìn từ trên cao xuống á
Tổng
là
quan.
mình tổng quan,
A
helicopter
helicopter
view.
view. It's a very. I think it's okay. It's
Okay.
quite creative. Yeah. Way
Yeah, this
about it.
is I learned from one of my friend. Yeah, helicopter view. So yeah, to have to have more viewpoints so that they can have the helicopter view of the thing. So they can feel more confidence when making a decision. And and another reason is because they have many people around who have more experience than that person. So they want to maybe they want to learn from them to and or they want to build more stronger relationships with them, so asking for advice is one of the topic that they can talk with other people and to build the connections with them. So and I think when we want to, I think seeking for advice from others is the good thing when to help us to make the decision right, or or it can help us expand the relationship. And and this and this is I see. And I think seeking advice is always good for the person, always a good thing for the person, for everyone. Yeah, seeking advice is always good for everything.
Now
For
comes a
everyone.
difficult question. Why might someone choose to follow or ignore advice given by others? What do you think, Ms. Trúc? Yeah.
People choose to follow or ignore advice given by others usually depends on the context. First, if they trust others who give them advice, and two, they have the ability to follow. No, they if they choose the person who are their mentor experts in that situation or their best friend, for example, they usually have a tendency to follow their advice
Mhm.
because they think that those people just want to help them and they
To
think
help them.
that yes to help them and they just want the best thing for them. Of course,
Mm.
their mind can be right, but it depends on whether they
Depends on a
can.
lot of things, you know.
Yes,
Think about what I said about generation gap, you know.
yes. It depends on personal, emotional, or practical reason. If
Mm.
they can follow this advice and there, for example, when people got sick and go to hospital for a treatment, their doctor usually advise them a lot of things that they should do or not to do. But in some situation, it seems impossible for them to follow everything their doctor said.
Okay.
Yes, and I believe that people can differ from wrong and bad,
You mean
but
differentiate, right? Có thể là phân biệt.
differentiate.
Differentiate.
Yes, differentiate.
Differentiate. Differentiate. Phân biệt.
Yes,
To differentiate between A and B. Yeah.
between wrong and right, good and bad for themselves in the basic situation.
In
But
specific situations.
in specific situation, but it also depends on their emotional
Emotional state. Cái trạng
emotions
thái cảm xúc của họ. Is it?
state, yes, and personal belief at that time,
Hmm.
yes,
Belief.
and belief,
Okay. Personal
yes.
beliefs. Những lòng tin cá nhân. Personal beliefs at that time. Yes. Like, for example, you cannot come to, let's say, a vegetarian and say that and give them advice on a famous beef restaurant, a restaurant that sell beef, you know. Không ra đi đến người ăn chay xong rồi cái đưa lời khuyên, ê chị, cái chỗ này bán thịt bò ngon lắm luôn á. You know, you cannot do that. Because vegetarian, of course, they believe in vegetarianism, I think. Vegetarianism. Chủ nghĩa ăn chay. Vegetarianism. Chủ nghĩa ăn chay, chay tịnh. Or veganism. So vegetarianism means they do not eat meat, okay? For health or religious reasons, because you want to avoid being cruel to animals. Cái chuyện mà theo cái chủ nghĩa vegetarianism này á, tuyệt đối không ăn thịt vì lý do sức khỏe hay tôn giáo, hoặc là bởi vì mình muốn tránh cái chuyện mà độc ác với động vật. But veganism is a different one. Not eating or using any animal products at all. No meat, no fish, no eggs, no cheese, nothing from animal, no leather. Cái veganism này á, là thuần chay á, nó còn cực đoan hơn nhiều luôn á. Tuyệt đối không thịt, không bất kỳ một sản phẩm nào từ động vật hết luôn á. Còn cái hồi nãy là còn ăn trứng được nha. Uống sữa được nha. Right, you can. So you're right. It depends on the personal belief. Yeah. So Miss Young, please. Okay. So I think this one is very much related to what you said before. So we'll skip that.
Yeah.
We'll skip that. So
Yeah.
Ms. Young, can you read this one? What role does trust play in accepting advice from others? Does it play a huge role that people trust you? Something like that?
What role does just play in us? Role does just play in accepting advice from Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah. I think when we trust someone, we will tend to accept the advice from that person easily because because when we trust someone, we already uh, um, we tend to think that they uh, they are making right, and we tend to believe of what they are doing, or we kind of admire that person. So when we seek, actually I think when we
when we seek
seek advice from that person, we tend to accept the advice more compared with the other that we don't trust or we just met. For example, when I in my university, when there was a professor who is my who was my supervisor for doing thesis, and I just take his major major experience a lot. And I tend to come to this professor every time I have the question and time the questions and time
question the question
what
time I have a question
questions questions questions.
Mm.
I came to him immediately instead of asking advice from my friends, and because so or my children who admire who tend to admire, or another example is the children tend to admire their parents a lot when they were young, because their parents are their whole world, who know everything in their imagination. And when they have something difficulty in life, they tend to come immediately to their parent to ask the advice. And when they were young, they tend to believe and follow this advice. But when they grow up and they have more viewpoints from the viewpoints of the world, and they the world, and they let just they already feel the gap from the generation. Then
the generational gap,
they feel more the generation gap, and the
trust just erode, the trust just basically just erodes, giống như là cái lòng tin nó bị bào mòn ấy.
They just erodes. Erodes, and they tend to not accept all the pieces of advice from their parents anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing. Because if you don't trust others, you will never listen to them, Of course. Oh, wow. This one happens a lot for teenagers and their parents, Cái vấn đề là vấn đề trầm kha luôn á, từ cái tuổi dậy thì là trẻ nhỏ, nó giống như là lúc nào các bạn tuổi teen không bao giờ nghe luôn á. không bao giờ nghe ba mẹ, nhưng mà người ngoài chỉ cần nói một câu thôi, đụng chạm một phát thôi là mấy bạn tự ái liền, rồi thay đổi liền, you know. Well, it's that's why, you know, people look for outsiders for help, you know.
Đấy.
Can you
Một
please
nhà không có
tell
thiên.
my son? Can you please tell my daughter, please? You know, something like that.
Như Việt Nam mình có cái câu là một nhà không có thiên.
Chính xác, you know. Hoặc là hoặc là cha mẹ làm thầy cô, con đốt sách. You know, oh well, things happen that way. Anyway, let's stop here. Let's figure here.